Hey, everybody!
That sounded weird.
Everybody, yes, I sounded weird. Everybody, this is weekend recovery mode. Everybody, hi. Okay, now it's me, Joan. It's reading with Joan, and together once again we have
Jemima
and
Jedidah.
they are my. What do you call yourself?
Co-host.
Co-host. It's talk. So they are my co-hosts. This afternoon we are here once again to read with you. And this afternoon, Jamie is going to start reading. Yay!
Science Geek Sam.
Oh, so she's going to read
Didn't
science.
already know.
Yeah. So, a couple of episodes ago, we gave a summary of all that she has been reading in the book. I think it was 3 or 4 episodes ago. So if you missed it and you want to know all about the book, you can check the episode, and then we'll take it from there. So
And also,
so what?
big news.
What?
We're further than halfway.
Oh, we are further than halfway. That's a big news. All right, so we'll ask Jamie to start reading now. And Jedidah, can you move there so she can take the hot seat?
About episode 75 will be done.
Episode
Around that.
Really?
75 or something.
Is that your plan?
Something like that.
All right. So Jamie, get up. Start reading.
Okay. Right. Why? Mum frowned. Don't you want to kiss me goodbye on the playground? What's going on now? I hope you're not feeling ashamed of your mum. I was worried that I'd be the only one who got dropped off, but luckily that wasn't the case. The whole playground was full of dads and mums, and they were all talking to each other. So Mum and Dad weren't too obvious. The coach was already there, and Tom's dad and Luke's were throwing bags into the luggage compartment. Sam, Archie called. He is dragging a huge blue cool box across the playground. Give me a hand with this, will you? I ran over to him. What's in it? He dropped the cool box and opened the lid. Nothing. This is to put the dead animals in. I had completely forgotten. If we left without our frozen animals, we wouldn't be able to get into the museum. We both grabbed a handle and carried the cool blocks into the school, through the corridor, to the kitchen, and we took all the bags full of mice and moles out of the freezer, along with Rashid's budgie, which he put in the lunchbox of the baby rabbits. We put everything in the cool box, dragged it back through the corridor, out of the school building, and across the playground to the coach. It was very heavy, but Dad picked it up and lifted it into the luggage compartment. My dad is very strong. That's because of the cheeses. Boris's mum, Karen, was chatting with the coach driver. She's wearing shorts and trainers that were so white they would hurt your eyes just looking at them. They complemented her legs at least, which were also very white. She was holding a guitar. 5 minutes until we leave, Mr. Nolan called. He cupped his hands around his mouth, just like a megaphone. We are leaving in 5 minutes. My mum put her arms around me before I could stop her. Have a great time, darling. I quickly wriggled out of her arms. Okay, bye. Luckily, Dad only gave me a high five. And then I picked up my rucksack and quickly climbed onto the coach behind Archie. We're going right to the back, said Archie. Not allowed, said Tom. We're here already. He spread out his arms. There's loads of space, Archie said. Okay, Tom said. You can come, but not Sam. No more room, Luke said as he put his legs onto the seat. Archie took a deep breath and looked at the back row of the seats. He looked at me, and then he looked at the back row again. I don't mind, I said. We go to the back. That's fine. I'd rather sit on my own. I have a book to read. Good idea, Tom said. You go and read on your book on your own, stupid geek. Archie drew back his fist and let fly. It hit Tom's nose full on. Ouch! Tom screamed. Blood came pouring out of his nose, and he gave Archie such a hard push that he bashed into me. I tried to take a step backwards, but tripped over a bag that had been left in the middle of the aisle, and we both fell onto the floor. I tried to scramble to my feet, but Archie was on top of me. and Luke was hitting him. And then Matteo came running towards us, and he shouted, "Wahee!" And he jumped on top of Luke as if all of us were in a rugby tackle. "Sir," Christy called, "Sir, they're fighting!" Mr. Nolan stormed onto the coach. "What? What is happening here? Matteo, get off, you sit here. Tom, press this handkerchief against your nose. Luke, why are you fighting?" "He started it," Luke shouted, and he pointed at Archie. "He hit Tom on the nose." "Because he was calling Sam names," Archie said indignantly. "Not true," Tom said. His blood splattered across his shirt and trousers. "It's true," Crispy shouted. Tom's mum came onto the coach and asked, "What's going on? Tom, what happened? Who did that to you?" "Me," Archie said. He rubbed his knuckles. "He was saying nasty things to Sam." "He calls him a stupid geek," Christy added. Tom's mum tightened her lips and shook her head. She sighed heavily. "Come with me." "No," Tom said. "You come with me," I said. Tom's mum pulled him by the arm out of the coach, and I saw out of my window that she was very cross with him. She took his bag out of the hold, and for a moment I was worried that she would take Tom back home, but she didn't. In the middle of the playground, which is full of dads and mums and teachers and all the children of the entire school, she made Tom put on a clean shirt and a different pair of trousers. Suddenly, Tom didn't look that nasty and strong anymore. I even started to feel sorry for him. "That's a very nice start to a residential," Mr. Nolan started, when Tom has returned to the coach wearing clean clothes, with just a trace of blood on his upper lip. "No, sir," he said. "We're sorry, sir. I don't need to explain to you that name-calling is wrong, do I?" "No, sir." "We're sorry, sir. And I don't think I need to explain that hitting and fighting isn't the right way to resolve an argument either, do I?" "No, sir." "Okay, great," Mr. Nolan said. "Tom and Luke had to say sorry to me, and Archie, Matteo, and I had to say sorry as well. So we all said sorry. And then Matteo opened his rucksack and said, 'We'd like some crisps.' So the five of us went to the back seat, and there was plenty of room. Matteo pulled out another two big bags of crisps from his bag, one cheese and onion and the other ready salted. "Only 60 seconds," Mr. Nolan shouted. Karen came onto the coach. We ripped the bags of crisps open. "Hey, we want some too," Margaret shouted. "Pass them round," called Richard. "And we're off," Mr. Nolan shouted. The coach door shut with a loud hiss, and everyone waved except for us, because we were eating crisps on the back seat. Tom was the only one who wasn't eating. He sat there with his arms folded, staring angrily into space. I think there's a bit more I can read.
Yeah, but let's stop because of time. So thank you, Jeremy. That was brilliant. Can we bring the others back in space? And so this afternoon we would be bringing up and hear me. It doesn't matter. So Aurelia, welcome. Aurelia is going to be playing the keyboard for us. I know you're not seeing me, but you get back to Aurelia, you're seeing little J. Little J is the audio. So, Aurelia, you are going to play for us, and we're going to put you on to play your music. So, go ahead and, yeah, you can start. Wow. That is brilliant. Thank you so much. Kids, did you enjoy that at home? Yeah, good. Everybody's clapping for you. Well done. Now, I promised last week that Aurelia was going to show us something. She's going to be the artist of the month because she did some fantastic artwork. I told you last week that I saw someone's drawing that reminded me of my childhood. So she's going to show us some of her drawing today, and it's going to be our art session. So, kids, if you're very good at drawing in your art skills, kindly show us what you've done, and then we can use it as a reference for the artist of the month or the writer of the month, which you already have a prize winner for. And so, Aurelia, you go ahead and show us your drawings. Fantastic.
So first of all, I drew Mickey Mouse and I also Minnie Mouse.
Wow, that's nice. Wow, Daffy Duck, that's mine.
See
Yeah.
that?
Oh,
Donald Duck.
Donald
Oh, I
Duck.
didn't know you could do
Yeah, very nice. Goofy. I like the way Goofy's teeth is here. And
I drew
good too. Okay, good. That's nice.
this is an
Wow.
This was the Disney character that Walt Disney drew.
Ooh.
No one really knows. And his name is Oswald.
Oh, good.
This is Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the
Oh,
from Beauty and the Beast.
yes, from Beauty and the Beast. That's so beautiful. And oh, that is interesting. That's beautiful. This is so good. I'm so impressed. Who is this?
Woody.
Woody. Oh, that's good. Look at that. Very good. Oh, this is my best of all. Wow. Wow, you saved the best for the last. This is brilliant. Oh, Aurelia, you are fantastic. This is good. Kids, let's give her a round of applause. If you draw and you make your best artwork, just bring it to the show, and then we'll showcase you. And on that note, we want to say thank you for Aurelia. And we'll give Aimee on the screen. Aimee, hi! How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Very good. So Aimee is going to be reading for us. And once again, we are going to put on the screen. Remind us of your book and give us some reading.
Well, I lost the book that I was reading before.
Oh, I was enjoying it. Oh, what happened to the book? Oh, see, Jed is so sad. Her head is down. What happened to the book, honey?
I don't know. I just lost it.
Oh, so do you have something else to read today?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the title of what you're reading today?
The Person Controller.
The Person Controller. Wow.
Oh, that's the book by David Bad.
Is it by David Badio?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, so Jeremy, this guy is ahead his book. All right, so I'm going to put Aimee on and you read for us for 5 minutes. Okay, go ahead, Aimee.
Okay. Let me just... Chapter 1. Fred and Ellie. Fred and Ellie Stone were twins, but they were never sure whether or not they could call themselves identical. They certainly shared exactly the same birthday, 20th September, 11 years ago, and they had the same mom and dad, Eric and Jamie. But their names were Fred and Ellie, and a boy and girl are clearly not identical. Yet they felt identical. They sometimes even felt that they knew what one another were thinking. And even if they were 200 meters apart, they could mouth words at each other each other and always know what the other one was saying. They did look pretty identical too. They both wore glasses, and most of the time their school uniforms, even though uniforms wasn't compulsory at their school. And they both, at the point at which this story begins, had braces on the top of their teeth. They also both liked the same things. These included superheroes, Japanese fantasy, animation films, comics, maths. Yes, they actually liked maths. Sometimes they played a game called Who Can Name More Than Decimal Places of Pi, and most importantly, video games. But their favorites were FIFA, Street Fighter, Super Mario, and Minecraft. The one thing they would say about they're not very much pocket money to buy was the most up to date versions of these games. Ellie thought Ellie though was better than Fred at video games, which Fred didn't mind. He knew she had quicker fingers and better hand to eye coordination. And even though he sometimes got frustrated at losing, other times he just liked watching her finger speed across her controller, as if she was playing a classic concerto by heart. And when I say her controller, I mean her controller. Ellie and Fred always use their own ones. Ellie's particular was always very definite about which one was hers. The feel and weight of her controller, even if to the untrained eye hand, both of them may have felt exactly the same, suited her style perfectly, which was why what happened to it was quite so upsetting. Chapter 2, Eric. Eric Stone was there is no nice way of saying this. Fat. Well, there are nice ways of saying it, and Eric did often use these ways, describing himself as big boned or portly, or suffering from the terrible water retention. But the truth was he was fat because he ate too much. He didn't have terrible water retention. He had terrible bacon sandwich retention. To be fair to Eric, he did. Normally, after a bit of prompting from his wife, Jane, and his children. Fred and Ellie go on a lot of diets. He'd been on the high fiber diet and the low carb diet and the juice diet and the no juice diet and the cabbage soup diet and the pea and root soup diet and a diet made up where he only ate banana muffins and cheese. He'd been on the Fit 5-2 diet and the 6-1 diet and the 4-3 diet and the 2-5 diet and even the 17-28 diet, which means not eating anything for a minute, being 17, 27 and 29, 17, 29 every day. He'd been to Weight Watchers, Self-Help, and Vision. Portly bacon sandwich ranchers sit around the circle in a circle and say, "How isn't really their fault?" Actually, this last one was what Jane called all Eric's diet grits. Today was the diets didn't make Eric any lighter. If anything, they made him heavier because every time he finished one, and he did always finish them, normally only 4 or 5 days, he would eat about five times his own weight in bacon sandwiches.
Okay, well done, Aimee. That was lovely reading. So we'll bring you back as Aimee. So what question do you have for the girls?
So
It's time. You are not.
No, let's listen. So what's the question, Aimee?
Okay. What were the twins' names?
What were the twins' names? Okay, Jamie.
Fred and Ellie. Fred and Ellie.
That's so easy. Meanwhile, Jamie has read the story before. So the question
I read Annie and I read like a tiny.
you read like a tiny bit. Okay, that's good. Thank you, Aimee. Thank you for answering the question, girls. We need to come back to the kids at home. Jamie, what's your question? So we can answer it. Aimee and Aurelia is waiting for you. So
my question is, who punched Tom?
who punched Tom? Okay, Chibu. Yeah, let's see who punched Tom. Luke. Is that just Luke? No, Luke. Okay, Ayo.
Yes. Okay, you know who it was.
Ayo, who?
Archie. Yes.
Archie. Oh, well done. Another question? Any other question?
Easy one. What? No, I'm doing the hard one.
Go on.
What flavors of crisps did Matteo have? He had 2 flavors.
Matteo had 2 flavors of crisps. What were they? Okay. Aurelia, do you know it? Aimee? You know the flavors of crisps. What are you? Okay, someone is speaking here. What?
Cheese and onion and red and salty.
Yeah.
You're
got it. You were so listening this afternoon. Well done, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And I think we've been able to see we can operate more than 3 people at a time. So we are getting better at this. And kids, we really enjoyed your artwork, Aurelia. Once again, can everybody give Aurelia a round of applause for being so brilliant with everything? Aurelia, well done. And I'm really and Aimee for reading fantastically. I'm bringing out a new book today. I hope we'll finish this book, Aimee. So, kids, we'll see you tomorrow on Reading with Joan. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Bye.